Okay, so I've done all my prediction videos for the Premier League and all the EFL games this weekend. As always, I'm just going to share the bets I've done off the back of it. Like I always say, these aren't tips, these are just what I do, just like sharing it. All the same questions. Do I win? No. I've changed it this weekend. I've gone for less teams. Normally do 7, but like a lot of people say, it is too many. Someone always lets you down, so trimmed it down to 5 on the win bet. Both teams to score. I've gone for 7 games as normal. So we'll see how we get on with that one. But anyway, the win bet this week, I've gone for Norwich in the Championship at home to Wrexham. I can just see Norwich getting quite a few goals this week. Wrexham in pretty poor form. Didn't look good against QPR last week. So yeah, gone for Norwich in that one. Portsmouth, home to Sheffield Wednesday. Portsmouth, not the best team for goals this season, but I think they're 8th in the league. Sheffield Wednesday, like I said loads of times, they got loads of troubles. So yeah, I think Portsmouth will come away with the win there. Into League One, Huddersfield take on Burton. Huddersfield off to a pretty good start. I think they won 5, they're opening 8. Burton down in the relegation zone, so hopefully a Huddersfield win and plenty of goals for them. Stevenage take on Exeter. Stevenage, another team, really good start. They're 4th on the table. Exeter, I bet on them last week to beat Port Vale at home, who hadn't won a game all season, and Port Vale won. So I'm going to go the other way this week and a bet against Exeter, and I've gone for a Stevenage home win. And then finally, in League Two, Newport are at home to Gillingham. Newport are down there in really poor form. Gillingham yet to lose this season. So I bet on them to win away from home. So just the 5 teams this weekend. £5 returns, £91.37. And on to both teams to score. Mixture of teams I like for goals and looking at the both teams to score stats and that sort of thing. Still pretty early days, but I've whacked in 7 games. I've gone for Derby v Preston in the Championship. Hull versus Southampton. Into League One, Plymouth versus Peterborough. I think both of them are pretty good for goals. Reading Leyton Orient, could be a tight one. Rotherham Stockport, always fancy Stockport in this bet. In League Two, Bromley take on Chesterfield. They're both next to each other in the league. I think they're 4th and 5th or 5th and 6th. So hopefully not a tight game and there's some goals in that one. And then into the National League, Gateshead take on Halifax. Gateshead are just crazy for goals this season, so hopefully that continues. So both teams to score, £5 returns, £268.18. Hopefully we can get closer this week, but we shall see.